I didn't realize the forest was watching me at first. At the beginning, it felt like any other place where trees grow too close together and sunlight struggles to reach the ground. Quiet, damp, ordinary. I remember thinking how peaceful it was, how the air smelled clean, untouched by engines or electricity. I remember thinking this would be good for me. That was my first mistake. I came to the forest because I needed to disappear for a while. Not forever, just long enough to breathe without feeling watched, judged, or remembered. I told people I was going on a solo hiking trip. I said I needed nature, silence, space. All of that was true. What I didn't know was that the forest wanted something from me too. The trailhead sign was old, its paint cracked and flaking. The name of the forest had been scratched out, carved over so many times it was impossible to read. I should have turned around right then, but curiosity has always been my weakness. The trail itself was narrow but clear. Someone or something had taken care to keep it open. Broken branches had been neatly moved aside. Fallen leaves were packed down into the dirt as if many feet had passed through recently. That should have comforted me. Instead, it made me uneasy. I walked for hours, deeper than I planned. My phone lost signal quickly, but I didn't care. I had a map, I had supplies, I had daylight. And the forest, it felt calm. Too calm. No birds, no insects, no wind. Just the sound of my boots pressing into the soil and my own breathing, loud, intrusive, like I didn't belong there. When I finally stopped to rest, I realized something strange. I couldn't tell which direction I'd come from. I checked my compass. The needle spun wildly, then settled, then spun again. I laughed it off, telling myself the trees were interfering with it somehow. I turned in what I thought was the right direction and started walking. 30 minutes later, I saw my own footprints, fresh, clear, pointing toward me. My heart sped up, but my brain refused to panic. I told myself I must have circled back without realizing it. That happens, right? People get turned around in forests all the time. So I changed direction again. An hour later, I passed the same twisted oak tree, the one with a lightning scar running down its trunk like a split spine. I stopped walking. The forest didn't. I don't know how else to explain it, but the space around me felt like it shifted, like the trees leaned closer, not physically, but intentionally. The air felt heavier, thicker, as if breathing required permission. That's when I first heard it. A voice. My voice. "Hey," it said softly, from somewhere behind me. I turned so fast I nearly fell. No one was there. The words hadn't echoed. They hadn't faded naturally. They had simply stopped, as if cut off. I told myself it was stress, isolation, my mind playing tricks on me. I kept walking. The trail split ahead, 3 paths where there had only been one before. I stared at them, confused. My map showed no intersections. Behind me, the voice returned. "Left. That's the way out." I hesitated. Then I noticed something worse. The forest floor around the right and center paths was untouched, no footprints, no broken leaves. But the left path, it looked used, familiar, like I had walked it before. I followed it. The sky darkened suddenly, unnaturally fast. One moment the forest was dim with late afternoon light, The next, it was dusk, then night. My flashlight barely cut through the darkness. The beam seemed to bend, swallowed by shadows that didn't behave like shadows should. That's when I noticed the trees had changed. They were closer together now, thicker. Their branches twisted inward, forming archways over the trail. Some of the bark looked stretched, almost like skin pulled too tight. I started hearing footsteps, not matching mine, but walking when I stopped, stopping when I walked. Then came the breathing, slow, patient, right behind my ear. "You're tired," the forest said, not in a voice, but in many voices layered together, familiar ones, my mother, my friends, people I hadn't thought about in years. Rest. I ran. The trail narrowed, then vanished. Trees blocked every direction. When I turned around, the path behind me was gone too, replaced by thick, impassable growth. Panic took over. I screamed. The forest screamed back. Not loudly, not violently, mockingly. I don't know how long I wandered before I reached the clearing. It was perfectly circular, unnaturally so. In the center stood a pile of objects. My objects. My backpack, my jacket, my phone. Its screen cracked exactly the way it would later be cracked. I hadn't lost them. They had been placed there. That's when I understood. The forest wasn't confusing me. It was learning me. The forest doesn't trap everyone, only people who arrive carrying something unresolved. Guilt, grief, regret, fear. It feeds on those things, not by consuming them, but by reflecting them back until you can't tell where you end and the forest begins. Every path I walked was one I had already walked in my life. Every voice was my own doubt given shape. Every loop was a memory I hadn't escaped. When I tried to leave again, the forest spoke clearly for the first time. "You're already home." I don't know how this recording will leave the forest when I couldn't. Maybe it wants witnesses. Maybe it's already listening to you. If you ever find a trail where the forest is too quiet, if the trees seem to lean in when you stop, if you hear your own voice guiding you deeper, don't follow it. Because the forest doesn't refuse to let you leave. It waits for the moment you realize you never really wanted to. And then it closes the path behind you. I never believed in signs. Not until the night I heard my own voice coming from the baby monitor while I was standing right beside my son. Let me start from the beginning, because if anyone ever finds this recording, I need you to understand how it happened. When my wife Emma and I moved into the house, it felt perfect. Quiet neighborhood, no nearby roads, no neighbors close enough to hear you scream. That last part didn't bother me back then. Our son, Noah, was 6 months old, barely sleeping, always crying at night, so Emma bought a baby monitor, one of those cheap ones, audio only, no camera. She said, "We don't need video, it's just a baby." I wish we had bought the one with video. The first strange thing happened on the third night. I was half asleep when the monitor crackled to life. Static, then breathing. Slow, controlled, adult breathing. I sat up immediately. I could hear Noah breathing through the door, but the monitor was picking something else up, Then, a whisper. "Shh, it's okay." I froze because it was my voice. Not similar, not close. It was exactly my voice. Same tone, same pacing, same soft way I spoke to Noah when he cried. I ran to the nursery. Noah was alone, crying in his crib. No one else. I told myself it was interference, radio waves, old wiring, anything but the truth. The next night, it happened again. This time, the monitor turned on by itself. I wasn't asleep. Emma was next to me. We both heard it. The breathing. Then my voice again. "Daddy's here, Noah." Emma grabbed my arm so hard it hurt. "I didn't say that," I whispered. She shook her head. "I know." We rushed into the nursery together. Nothing. Noah stopped crying the moment we entered, as if disappointed. That's when Emma said something that still echoes in my head. Why does he calm down before we get there? By the fifth night, the voice changed. It didn't just soothe him, it talked. Long sentences, clear words. "They don't know I'm here. They can't hear me like you can. You're safe with me." I stopped sleeping. Emma stopped eating. And Noah started smiling at the ceiling. I decided to stay awake all night. I sat in the nursery, lights on, holding Noah. The monitor was in the bedroom. At 2:17 a.m., it turned on. And I heard this. "He thinks he's holding you." My blood went cold because I was holding Noah. I ran to the bedroom. The monitor speaker crackled again. "Look closer." I dropped the monitor and ran back. The room felt wrong, too quiet. Noah wasn't crying. He wasn't breathing. He was cold and stiff. I screamed. Emma screamed. But then the monitor turned on again, from the floor. "He's with me now." The police said SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. No signs of struggle, no cause. They told us it happens sometimes, but they didn't hear what I heard. We packed up the house 2 days later. While unplugging the monitor, it turned on one last time. The voice wasn't mine anymore. It was deeper, closer, right behind me. "Thank you for letting me borrow your voice." Emma left me 3 weeks later. She said I talk in my sleep now. She said I whisper to empty rooms. She said sometimes I use that voice. I'm recording this because the monitor turned on again tonight. We don't own it anymore. The house is empty. No baby, no signal. And yet, it keeps whispering. Your turn. If you're hearing this, don't use baby monitors. And if you hear a voice you recognize, run, because it already knows how you sound.